Mother. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
Hey,
How
what's
y'all
up?
doing? Welcome back.
Right. How
And
y'all
we told
been?
y'all we was coming back with some more.
Yeah, it's another exclusive.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're gonna be touching on something real dear to us. We speaking from the heart.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, basically, I'm going to basically tell y'all, we're going to be touching on, we're letting y'all know where we at in life far as it's going to be on religion.
Our spiritual walk.
Right.
Okay.
Religion and actually like listening that, you know, how God uses actually us. He's using us. We want y'all to know that who we're working for so you don't get it all twisted where we at in life.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. So we told you we're going to introduce y'all to us as well so y'all can know.
Right.
that-
So we giving y'all a little deep insight on who we are now, not just the company. We're talking about us
And what we're doing.
as a person,
And why and who have us doing what we
and
do.
why we do what we do.
That's right. How this
All right.
all begun. But before we get started, we had talked about the politicians that, you know, that's running. And we see the subjects that they have that they're running on are really like they garbage, to be honest. And we want to give y'all a little heads up on something that we would like for them to run on that maybe can pique our interest to vote for them, that people should want to hear. Because I'm gonna tell you about an incident that happened to me that actually showed me like, damn, this shit is still going on. I walked out my house one morning and it was cold. Wee hours in the morning. A little 14-year-old little boy walked up to me and said, "Oh, hey, do you know where a shelter is?" And I sat here and said, "Damn, I can't take him in. I ain't got nowhere to take him." Then I said, "Where can I send him?" Guess what? Nowhere. You want to know what we need? What you should be lobbying for? We have children out here on the streets, and I'm going to say fucking still, because that shit was going on when I was a
we
kid.
were kids, right?
For sure.
Since we were kids,
Yes.
we were in the same predicament as a child, running these streets from 6 and 7 up into 11, without nobody giving a damn, and we wonder how nobody knew that we was outside. Nobody gave a damn that we was outside, but we do. We care about these kids too.
Yeah, and just to give a little insight on you politicians that's running, a lot of you think that people charge black children are privileged to certain things like food, telling them to be shit positive in life and all that. No, some of them never hear that. Some of them are the behavior you see, you want to know what's going on in the street, that shit is being taught to them. They being bred. They ain't seeing nothing but just that. And guess what? They have nowhere else to go because they are running from the situation they have to the streets because the house is hell still. You hear that?
Right.
Yeah.
So most of this stuff is starting from their home.
Yeah.
So they're trying to escape the harsh reality that they're living in their own house. So they take on to the streets, and there's a harsher reality out there. So
But host, not this, and he's right, it's harsher, but guess what it is? Love. Something that's showing that they will do something at least for them. You hear that? That they can sleep and not worry. Even though they're doing some other shit for somebody, they can sleep and not worry, eat and not worry, and somebody else will look out for them. That's what's going on with that.
well, they're looking for shelter and comfort in
Yes.
all the wrong places. So we as the people in the society should be trying to find ways to help these children because children are our future. The children are sponge and they grow up mimicking what they see. So we can play a part by just paying attention and focusing on these children and watching for signs of neglect, hunger.
Cause it's not even so much of mimicking. Cause some of these so-called adults are using their children and teaching them that behavior, are manipulating them
breeding them in poison, right? They're
into
poisoning
that
their
life.
own.
They make it. They having them do it,
Absolutely.
and they have no other way out because there is nowhere for them to go if they don't do that. What they gonna do? Be outside? Come on, people. Make something for these kids they can go to and feel safe.
Yeah.
Build that. You want to build a fucking center for somebody to shoot dope? No. Build something for these kids to go in and sleep and try to get an education and say, oh, well, we'll look after you.
Yeah.
Don't go in there when they come into you and try to ask to get help. You try to pressure them about their life. Make them feel comfortable where they'll open up and tell you shit.
And the children are
Believe
running,
that.
they're looking for somebody to open up to.
Right.
And they run into the hands and fall into the hands of the drug dealers on the corner. And they use them for far dangerous work. And, you know, that's nothing for a kid. So us as a person and has a responsibility to, you know, to help and do our part.
Yes.
Whatever we can.
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe while we're there, we're gonna jump right into what we was set here to do and set the record straight.
Yes, originally.
All right, now we told you we was talking about us,
Right.
okay, and our spiritual walk and how this whole thing came about and why we doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna let him start.
First of all, I want y'all to know we are not religious. So don't think we crazy because we're not.
No, we're not religious
We're not
people.
religious people. No.
We're spiritual people.
We don't have nothing against religious people, but we're spiritual. Sorry. Believe
Right.
that. So we believe in the Bible, which some of it, not all of it. Me personally, I believe some of it is Jack and Jill went up the hill and fetched a pill of water. But I really believe.
Well, me, I'm not going to get into that. It's not even about that.
Yes.
I believe that we're being led by the Spirit.
Okay.
So that's why we on our mission and accomplish our mission.
But at the same token, you see what he just said? So we can definitely, in life, we all can agree and disagree in things as far as religion. We don't got to fight. Because guess what we both know? If it's God work, it is show through.
It shall be done.
You'll know it's God.
That's right.
God's people know God's work. That's what we do now. That's what
That's
we're
right.
talking about. Now, with that being said, God have us to deliver a message to y'all, right? Because some of the questions that is being answered, I answered myself to God. It shocked me with the answers. And it's going to go back to some of the stuff y'all going to be like, oh, this is like, they can't believe it was fictional. But I want y'all to know something that y'all might don't know. When we were small, we were taught that the devil was sitting on one side and God sitting the other as like fiction.
I know y'all maybe seen it on cartoons and the Flintstones.
Yes.
There was always a little angel and the devil.
Yeah.
Well, we here letting you
You
know
know,
that.
that was true.
It's factual.
Yes.
It's the truth.
Yes. And don't let nobody tell you it's not.
And that's a spiritual war that's going on between God and the devil.
Right. That really does exist as well.
And us as humans are the pawns.
Yes.
We're the
Unfortunately.
pawns. So, but it's our choice. We have a will. We have free will. That's what's given to us. So we make the choices on who we want to listen to, because both are speaking at all times.
Yeah. Now, I had a problem with people that was born with everything and people that is born with absolutely nothing. Actually, I consider the people that was born with nothing born in hell. No lie. The hood. This is what the ghetto is to me. Hell. Period. This is the devil's playground. We ain't even gonna play no games about it. And by the time I'm finished, hopefully you can understand and see why I feel like this is the devil's playground and why we are being taught the devil's playground and to help bring people out. Listen. Because this is what God did for us. Open up our ears and taught us how to listen. Now, he letting us teach you.
Yep. It's a wake-up call, guys.
Because he's been talking to all of us for a long time. But guess what? We're not listening. And people wonder why they suffering and everything. Because you're not listening. God's talking. Now we're gonna start listening. Now, back to what I was saying as far as people making, having things and people not. And I said, well, if God was true, why I'm poor? Why they have it all? God said to me, he never forgot the ghetto. Never. Never, never, never. Wherever him and the devil went through, they transpired that people today, we have to actually go through shit. And some people that it's called a generational curse. We all, life is a cycle. He told me that life is a cycle. Ain't no sense in going through. It's a cycle. Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
So this is a generational curse. He told me.
Generational curse.
Right? And he said the people you see that made it, their people start listening.
They did what it
They
took. They did what it took to make it, to break the curse, and that's listening to God.
Yes. But guess what? He also knew that the people that had certain people that's poor, that shuttle that we came through, because all the vaginas are shuttles to life for all of us. Some of us come through the shuttles that's being blessed because they did what they're supposed to do. Some of us came to the shuttle that's not blessed because they never stopped to break the curse. I want you to know that.
Okay.
And finances is a curse. If you don't know it, I want you to know what it is.
Fear is a curse. That's of the devil. Fear is of the devil.
Yes, that's of the devil. That's actually the devil's one of the devil's words. And we're gonna get into that part, fear and all that. But let's doubt all that. But let's continue to go. I want you to follow me what I'm telling you as far as about what's going on, period. As far as what God wants us all to know. Right? Because I felt this, why would he do that? And he told me, so this is why everybody come to, because he said, your ancestors before you failed you. They did not listen.
Wow.
They did not listen, and that's why the curse goes on.
So if you're going through the same thing, that means your ancestors failed you.
Right.
That became a curse that plagues your family and generations to come if you don't stand in the gap.
I'm here to tell you today how to break that curse. That's what we're here. The curse, this is how you break a curse. It stops with you and your generation.
Yeah.
Somebody has to say, no, it stops here.
Right. It can't go no further.
It can't go no further. You
gotta
can't let
do
it.
something about it.
You got to change it. Because you see nobody changing around you. Sorry, it falls on you.
Yes.
But guess what? God chose you. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
And we chose him. We chose him as
Right.
well. Because
Right. And guess what?
we got a choice. We could be doing what the devil want us to do, but we choose to do what God leads us to do because we want to do the right thing.
Now,
Right? We want to break the curse.
Now, since we don't told you about how to break the curse, we're gonna tell you how God talks. And guess what? You say we crazy. We're gonna tell you how he talk. And you tell me I'm crazy because he don't talk to you. You're not listening. He told me this too. Check this out. God said to me, Rich, I talk to these people. They not listening. They listen more to the devil. I said, what? First of all, we're gonna talk about let's not get off the hood. I'm sorry. Thank you, God. We was talking about why we're talking about the curse breaking and why God knew that our ancestors failed us. Guess what? Before us, you see, he had set people here that went through it before us, that prayed, and he blessed them. They was listening. Guess what he said? Once they got where they were supposed to be, they shut the door. They closed their ears and said, the hell with the ghetto. And I said, why would you say that, God? He said, all the people out of all these ghettos that he blessed and gave money, he said, if they just took the money that he gave them and started giving it to these fake charities that they know that's their friends and sticking on their pockets and bless these doorknobs and just gave that money to people, they could have wrote it off and the hood wouldn't be messed up.
What he's saying is there are people that's able to do a lot, but they are picking people to personally dish the money out to that's not doing things just because they're their friends and not really caring about the people that's really in the community that really need the help. So that's they're not really dispersing that money to the right people, period. And we talked about that before. But they have a duty as well because they're not listening as well to God. Because they're supposed to be blessing these people.
Right, that was their blessing. That's what they said. They sat there and prayed to God and said, God, see, like I said, life is a cycle. So everything you going through, somebody before you been through that.
Yes.
And guess what? They prayed and people prayed for them and God blessed them. They promised God they was going to look out for you to make sure nobody like them ever go through that shit again. And they lied.
Mm-hmm.
They turned their back. I want you to know that.
And that's why it's a curse.
And that's why the hood is the way the hood is today.
But you and I and us can do something about it.
Right, because now you're going to learn to know why and how God talked to us all. Because he wants you to know. So you had no more doubts. And for you church people, God told me to tell you this. All y'all that sit back and say, oh, God don't listen to me. He said, one morning, you was supposed to be at church. And you supposed to come in and you didn't. You, for some reason, I ain't going to church today. I ain't going. You missed your blessing that day. I don't know, maybe the devil has somebody do something
that's what he
to
does.
you to distract you.
The devil will let your situation stop you from going to get your blessing.
Right.
It don't have to be a church. Sorry, it don't have to be a church.
No.
But God was directing you to go somewhere
yeah.
where your blessing was sitting there waiting on you, and the devil mind screwed you out of it by letting the ailment or whatever it does. Let me just tell you this. It happened to me a lot of times when I was trying to go to church, and it was messages. Some of the shit was a message that reassured me of where I was going, and I fought to make it, and I'm like, nah, I ain't going today, I ain't going, and then I just fought something, said, man, you don't get up, and I fought with that feeling, and I went in there. The message was so powerful, man. I was in tears. I was like, man, I know it is something because God was sending me. He was blessing me through the message, and it was pertaining to my own situation. And like he said, a lot of people are experiencing the same thing or going through something as well as you are. It's maybe the exact same thing, and you don't know that. But this is not nothing new to God. It's not nothing new. All right, all this is old.
Right.
So the moral to the story is I fought and I went and I got that message and I got that blessing. So you might want to, be careful when you're being directed and don't let the devil mind screw you out of your blessings because he's good at it and that's what he do. And like we was talking about, that the angel here and the devil here, that's reality. That's real. It's real because when God speaks to you, the devil's job is to doubt that. It's to put doubt to make you think, nah, it can't be God. It can't be God talking to you.
Here's a problem.
He wouldn't do nothing for you. He wouldn't love you. And he's screwing you right there because you should already have it inside your body because you were created by God that knows, that gives you feeling when something is right and when something is wrong. You know that gut feeling you get when something going wrong? Yeah, that is all your real natural instincts that's given to you by God.
Yeah, that's right. You're spiritual. I agree with him on that. I definitely agree with him on that. And also, when talking and listening to God, I want you to know how to understand it when God's talking to you, because God wants me to tell you this to whoever. He said, you actually sat there and witnessed a murder, and God told you, turn that motherfucker in. And that motherfucking devil sat there and told you, what, you gonna be a rat? You're gonna be a snitch? And you shut God right the fuck out. Stop listening. God said your neighborhood's bad. God told you, go in there and tell on that motherfucker. You said, there. The devil tell you, now you can mind somebody else's business. You're gonna be a rat. And you shut God right down and start listening to the devil. Period. He talks to us all. This is how I want y'all to know. The next time you in a situation, all of us, let you know, soon he tell you the right shit.
And you come the wrong shit.
You do the wrong shit. And guess what? You do the wrong shit, Because the wrong shit is more pleasant and faster. Because God might tell you no. And you don't like no.
Right.
But the
Right,
devil gonna
right.
tell you that shit that's pleasing to your ear to make you listen.
Right.
And that's what's going on here.
God is not going to give it to you if you're not fit for it.
Because he must have the glory. God does it for the glory. You forgot him and the devil definitely wants to do something. And God must have the glory. When you come through here, you're going to know God did this. He wants you to know that he's working. He
right.
wants you to know he's here for you. No lie.
Okay.
But listen.
So what basically that's what we're doing. We're giving y'all a piece of us.
Yeah.
And we try to give y'all insight on how things turned our life into all this.
Yeah,
And
God.
people are thinking, they look at us and thinking, oh, God doesn't do nothing with them. They must be doing something illegal. No, this is pure God.
Hey, check this
This
out.
is
I'm
true
going to
God.
do you one better. You said God used a jackass. Hello.
There you go.
Hello. You hear that? Hello.
If God can use a jackass, he can use two of them.
That's right. Hello.
All right?
All right.
And we
And we're
need
going to
that.
leave y'all with just that. And we'll be back with more.
All right?
Be safe. Stay safe, people.
Yeah. And thank y'all for
Yeah.
tuning in.
Yes.
And take this message and put it in your heart.
Yeah.
And
Apply.
let God speak from your heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The devil plays in your mind. God lives in your heart.
Oh, I'm sorry. Until you young boys on the internet, I forgot to tell y'all that the internet and all that, the rap music, don't think it's not the devil lyrics. Because just listen to the words that it's promoting. Listen to how the internet promote the wrong shit. Anything right, they don't want to promote it. So I want y'all to recognize that. So the next time you get on the internet and God tell you and you beefing with somebody, and God tell you, let that shit alone. And then the devil tell you, oh, you won't never talk to you like that. And then you got your little cronies around you, turning to the devil and, oh man, come on, man, I won't let him do that. Drop your location, let's do this.
Yeah.
That's the motherfucking devil.
The devil and his disciples and his demons.
And I'm gonna tell you what's
they jump
going
right
on.
in your head and start playing.
Yep, and I'm gonna tell you what's going on. You made it through your generation, you broke the curse. You do that dumb shit, you send your generation back.
Yep.
The devil shuts it all down.
Yep.
Pay attention.
Yep.
Pay attention. Listen to God. He's talking to us all.
Yep.
That's how I message
It's
for
a
y'all.
setup. It's a
Yes.
setup.
For this hill. You want to know?
He's setting
This is
y'all up
going
for
on.
failure.
Yes.
So listen to
The street life is right on the devil's
me
way.
that. He told me that your first mind.
Yes.
He said he should have listened to his first mind because that is God.
You heard me. They both on us. They talking.
The first mind, the first thought is God's. The second thought is the doubt thought, which is the devil.
Oh, that's one of the devil's words. Doubt. That's definitely him.
Yeah.
Believe that. Fear. That's definitely him.
So if he can get y'all to
Yeah,
not
hatred, what?
If he can get y'all not to listen to God, he got y'all. That's
Yes.
simple.
Yeah, and guess what,
That's
man?
simple.
Stop tuning into him. Guess what? I want you to know something, though. Once you recognize and start listening to him, you start cussing the devil the fuck out because you be telling him, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see you
You
now.
become aware of his
Yeah,
tricks.
yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
But I got news for you. You got other ones, but
Yeah.
you be able to
He got
catch
a
that
lot.
shit.
He got a lot.
Yeah, you be telling him, get out of here. No, you ain't getting me, devil.
Look, it's simply, if it ain't good, it ain't God.
That's right. No lie. What God teaches, love one another.
Yeah.
I don't want no more for me than I want for my brother
Yeah,
and sister.
yeah,
And I mean that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the love that we have
Yeah.
for God, that we share with each other and everybody else.
Yeah.
All right, we have the same love for you.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
we'll leave y'all on that note.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Yep. Y'all be safe.